Welcome to Wykebeck Court, Bupa's residential care home in the heart of Leeds, West Yorkshire. It's a 24/7 operation here where the hard-working team cook, clean and care for the 75 residents on site. Each day is full of fun, with the events and activities bringing smiles all round. But will they still be smiling when they learn about their biggest challenge yet, to turn Wykebeck into Bupa's first net zero care home? Are they up to the task? We're about to find out. There's always plenty to do at Wykebeck for the busy team, and today is no exception. With a Friday flurry of family visitors, it's a busy day in the kitchen for chef manager Michelle, while maintenance manager Mark has some urgent plumbing issues needing his attention.
I came in this morning with a fault with no hot water and no central heating. Every day there's something different happens.
This home caters for 84 residents. We also cater for staff, so Bupa provide a meal for staff. We've got shepherd's pie on today with all your veggies. I'm just turning it round so that it cooks evenly, and I've just turned it right back up so I can brown the shepherd's pies. I've got 10 minutes to brown them. Hurry up and then we're going to do the fajitas.
But it's time for a break from the everyday dilemmas, as Rebecca, the General Manager of Bupa Care Services, joins the team to share an important update.
I'm here today to share some really exciting news that is completely unique to Wykebeck Court. In the next few weeks, we are going to be supporting this care home to be Bupa's very first net zero green care home. We're going to be working with our colleagues to completely remove gas. And I think it'll be brilliant for the rest of the company across the country to be able to see what is the journey like to net zero. So what's it going to mean for you working here? Are things going to change? If things are going to change, what's going to change? And what does it mean for the residents? To use a northern phrase, I'm really chuffed for you all. I think this will be a really, really good journey.
So as you're probably aware, that we're actually in the middle of what they're calling a climate emergency. And this is driven by, climate change and emission of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So this particular care home actually emits over 100 tonnes of carbon dioxide directly from the site into the local atmosphere. So that, just to put it into perspective, we're talking about 50 Range Rovers of weight comes from the flues straight into the atmosphere. So in order to stop that, we're looking to what they call electrify. So that'll be removing all of the gas-fired equipment and replacing it with electric sort of equipment instead. So we're looking at the boilers, we're looking at the catering equipment, and also we're looking at the laundry equipment as well.
Well, it's big news for Team Wykebeck, and there's a challenge ahead. So what's the verdict? Will they be loud and proud of their planet-saving mission, or quietly concerned?
One thing I was concerned about is when you put your new power thing in, you're cutting some more trees down. Are we replanting anything in the place? Because we do have a little bit of wildlife. We've got foxes, we have a lot of birds.
Yeah, absolutely. There'll be saplings going in, there'll be new hedges.
So when we're sort of transitioning from gas to electric, how will you maintain hot water and heating? And how can you guarantee that we're going to have that for the residents? Because I think that's a big thing for them.
Definitely, and your hot water and your heating will be definitely guaranteed. There'll be no loss of any source of heating whatsoever. So the contractors are looking at bringing on what they call temporary plant. So they'll bring in a temporary boiler house or something like that. So when they do transition or they do remove the boilers, you will have that continuous supply of heating and hot water as well. So yeah, hopefully only positives to come out of this.
You're smiling because it's going to go up on.
No, it's not going to.
All of them failed. What do we say? We can always have beans on toast and sandwiches. It's from the sorted.
Great questions from the team, but let's recap. What does going net zero really mean for them? Each year, Wykebeck emits 100 tonnes of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere from its gas-powered appliances. That's the equivalent of boiling enough kettles for 1.6 million cups of tea. It's time to switch energy and become clean and green.
So we've just had our meeting. It was a brilliant conversation. As I would expect in this home, lots of questions, a bit of challenge, lots of wanting to understand exactly what it is we're doing, what it's going to mean for the home, how it will impact residents, but just so much support, which is brilliant to see. It's been really good.
From a world perspective and the environment, I think it's absolutely brilliant. I've got a few reservations. It's the productivity of the new equipment, just as long as it doesn't impact the residents.
I think I'm just a bit apprehensive about how is it all going to run and is everything going to be all right for residents? Are the residents going to get hot water and the heating and the food? Because that's what's important to them. And it'll be us that they complain to if it don't happen.
I think getting the planning right is definitely, something we've definitely got to do a lot of work on. The residents do come first in hearts and minds of everybody that works here.
I think this is a brilliant way for us to show people on the outside of Wykebeck Court just how special our care services teams are. Every single team we've got is filled with wonderful people, and this site is no exception to that.
It's back to work and business as usual for the time being. And as the lunchtime rush hits, there's lots of hungry residents to feed. As the lunch service is wrapped up for the day, Michelle considers the challenge ahead.
Originally we were going to be going to net zero, start the process of it in October last year because there wasn't enough electricity coming to being supplied to the building, so we're waiting for all that. But on the back of that, I got a nice brand new combination oven. I don't really like it, but I'll get used to it. But Bessie's going. Good old faithful. So none of the chefs are going to be warming the bums anymore in the winter. It's not going to happen. But yeah, so we've got shepherd's pies and cakes in at the moment. It's going to be different getting used to going from gas to electric because I'm not used to working with electric. I find electric cooks a little bit higher, so it's just changing how we're working. So this is going. The gas fryer is going to be going as well, which is great because it's old and obsolete and really rubbish. It takes you about 3 years, is it about, just to light it in the morning? It's just going to be a change, isn't it? So once we get used to it, it's like anything new. So we're probably going to end up with a porta kitchen outside. It's going to be frustrating. I'm probably going to be shouting and swearing a lot, but it is what it is. They're used to me, so it's fine.
Let's hope the team are used to Michelle's colourful language. It sounds like it might be about to get worse. But like every good cake she bakes, she does seem to have a softer side and knows why net zero will be the right move for Wykebeck.
It's not going to affect me personally, is it? Because I'm of that age now, but generations like Jess has got a daughter, Casey's going to have children, their children, their children. We've got to try and sustain the planet. I know it sounds a bit boring, but for the kids and everybody else, otherwise we're all going to end up under the water and we're going to be like Atlantis, aren't we?
Some wise words there from Michelle indeed. And she's not the only one who's reflecting on today's news. Maintenance man Mark has a lot on his mind.
There's going to be a fair bit of disruption. Obviously, they've got to dig right across the car park, so there's going to be disruption for staff parking. There's a lot of us come in cars, I live far out. But also there's going to be disruption because of contractors. The other day they came, they're on about putting a cabin on this bit of land here as well. So that'll be somewhere else. So yeah, there will be a fair bit of disruption, but we'll cope. We generally do. I'm not sure about net zero. I had air source heat pumps at my last nursing home I was at, and we didn't get a lot out of them. But that might have been 15, 20 years ago, so I'm sort of hoping things have improved. I'm hoping it works. It's got to work, really. There's no way around it. Once we've taken all boilers out, there ain't a right lot of going back, so yeah, it's going to have to work, and I hope it does.
And it's not just the staff and residents inside he's concerned about, it's those living in the grounds.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried. So obviously we've got a lot of squirrels here. There's a lot of birds in trees as well. So yeah, it's going to have a negative effect on the environment for nature side of it. This is our garden. As you can see, it is a little bit overgrown. As part of the challenge, it was hinted that we could do with a better path to walk on. It's a beautiful spot. It's very tranquil out here. We could do a lot more for residents if we could get them out here, but with the path as it is at the moment, we struggle. You can't really push a wheelchair on it. Hopefully out of this we might get a better path. And a few trees might be getting planted as well as part of the offset programme.
While Mark's outside contemplating the future, the rest of the team are inside, taking a trip down memory lane with a themed party about to start for all the residents.
We are celebrating Bupa Fest today with an 80s party. All our staff are dressed up, we have face painted our residents, we've got food, drinks and all our families are involved. It means a lot for the families because they can see residents, especially our residents living with dementia, they can see them being themselves. We've got a little 80s style tuck shop, so we've got the crisps and the sweets. We've got a DJ who's doing karaoke, we've had our residents up singing and just everybody having fun.
So Bupa Fest, it's one of the themed events. It's a music festival, but we're theming ours on the 80s. A lot of the staff are dressed up, the residents love it. We've got a disco karaoke. Because we've got about 70 residents, we have activities on the floors and everything. And then obviously you've got the nursing floor, which needs a little bit more one-to-one. They love any party, they love singing, they love dancing. Any form of entertainment has got to be a favourite. Come on then. Yeah, we're going to have some singing and it's going to rain because I sound like a screaming cat. Party's in full swing, by the sounds of it. I'm not quite sure where we're going to put this. Yeah. I need a... Hello, we'll meet again some sunny day.
Next time at Wykebeck, it's back to business as the team hosts some visitors keen to get the ball rolling on their net zero mission.
I think the meeting was very constructive. There was a lot of good points made, a lot of interesting points made.
So what's the chances? We have lots of squirrels and they've lost some of the homes and they've got some staff that are particular about it. Can we please put some squirrel boxes up now that we've lost the 4 trees, because I'm getting a little bit of hassle. Now I have googled it and as long as they're above 10 foot you can actually get squirrel boxes.
Okay.
Could you get me some?
Yes, okay.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Okay. Especially around the squirrels, not something that we'd considered before, but something we're delighted to help with. I'm sure that we can achieve Michelle's high standards.